sometimes I have to sit back and wonder. I say, you know what? I don't think people really understand and really think how I think and how I see that the only people that get into it with Charleston are the ones that cause the most destruction in the black community. And I know you're saying to yourself, hey, Jonathan Stewart, the mouth of the South, what you mean? Well, let me break it down. Have you ever seen Charleston White get into it with somebody that work at McDonald's? Have you ever seen Charleston White get into it with somebody that work at Taco Bell? Have you ever seen Charleston White get into it with somebody that work at Walmart? Have you ever seen Charleston White get into it with the old woman that's working down there at the library? No, you ain't never seen them get into it with her. Have you ever seen Charleston White get into it with the guy that's selling shoes at Foot Locker, Foot Action? No, you ain't never seen that. Have you ever seen Charleston White get into it with the person that's delivering mail? I ain't never seen him get into it with a mail carrier a day in my life. Have you ever seen Charleston White get into it with the people that work at racetrack? They say, what you want? And you say, give me 11 on pump 2. And they say, thank you, have a nice day. I ain't never seen Charleston White get into it with nobody like that. Have you ever seen Charleston White get into it with somebody driving a forklift? I ain't never seen nobody get into it with Charleston White. Have you ever seen somebody that got comeback boots and got a work vest on? Yeah, the one that drive them cranes that be pulling them things up there, the big statues way up in the sky. I ain't never seen nobody get into it with Charleston White that drive them big old cranes. Have you ever seen anybody when you lose your lug nuts to your car and you got to go down to the dealership and you roll up in there and they say, hello, how you doing, sir? How can I help you? Have you ever seen him get into it with anybody at the dealership? No, you ain't never seen him get into it with nobody at the dealership. Have you ever seen Charleston White get into it with somebody that deliver babies? No, you ain't never seen him get into it with somebody that deliver babies. Have you ever seen him get into it with a nurse? No. Somebody drive airplanes? No. I ain't never seen Charleston White get into it with somebody that dig ditches. Have you ever seen him get into it with somebody that mow the yard and they edge the yard and they rake the yard and they blow the leaves everywhere? I ain't never seen him get into it with nobody like that neither. Just think about that. Have you ever seen Charleston White get into it with the people that come in apartments and they get out there and mow the yard and they turn zero on the lawnmower? I ain't never seen him get into it with nobody like that. Have you ever seen Charleston White run out there in front of the fire truck and say, stop? And then all of a sudden they stop and then they jump off the fire truck with the water hoses and they hose them down. I ain't never seen him get into it with nobody like that neither. Can you imagine? All the people in the world, over billions and billions and billions of people, and it's only a small, not a bunch, but just a little bit, like D. Will Skid say in radio, just a little bit of people that get into it with Charleston White. You got to think about that. And then you say, no, he ain't never got into it with nobody work at Sweet Georgia Brown. And he ain't never got into it with none of the school teachers at the schools. And he ain't never got into it with a hall monitor that's at the elementary school. And man, let me see. No, you have to think. He ain't never got into it with the people that work down there at the pet place, PetSmart, that go down there and groom the dogs. No. He ain't never got into it with somebody, the little Chinese people that do the nails and stuff. He ain't never got into it with them. Ain't that crazy? All the people in the world, well, did he get into it with them? No. He ain't never got with a handyman that hang your fence up at your house. I ain't never seen Charleston White get into it with somebody that build the fence at the house. I ain't never seen nobody get into it with Charleston White. They hang sheetrock. Let me think. Have I ever seen Charleston White get into it with a supervisor at Walmart? No. Have I ever seen Charleston White get into it with the people that work down there at the Cowboy Stadium? The one that do like this and tell y'all, come on. I never seen Charleston White get into it with the ushers at the church. Man, I'm trying to think. Who have Charleston White got into it with? Oh, Charleston White don't even get into it with the YNs because the YNs love him. They call him Unc. The only people that Charleston White get into is people that have the initials OG in the front of their name. Them the ones he get into it with the most. The people that Charleston White get into it is the black niggas in the hood that steady want to throw up the gang signs. You know, the gang signs in the gang that's done that's done kill some of y'all loved ones. Them the ones he get into it with. And I ain't just talking, I'm talking about the ones that's 40, 50, and 60 years old. They wake up every day of their lives and they want to make a video about what they think about Charleston White. I just don't understand it. I just don't get it. How you gonna have a face full of gray hair and a head full of gray hair? And you sitting up there when I go down your Instagram and your Facebook, you got on your scribble scrabble clothes. You talking about you ain't a blood or a Crip no more, but you still got the name OG in front of your name. Why you just can't be? You would think I'm gonna be at my age, I'm gonna be OG J Bump. No, man, I'm Jonathan Stewart. Yeah, at some point in time when you have kids and you get grandkids and your grandkids have grandkids, at some point in time, you gotta stop waking up in the morning and want to cause destruction in your community. It's a shame that Charleston White only message is for black people to treat black people the way Jesus said in the Bible, love thy neighbor. But it's hard for people to understand that when they say, well, he talking about dead people. Well, if you talk about dead people, you got to look at it like this. If you talk about a dead person, look at the dead person. They probably a gangbanger. And you saying, well, that ain't fair. He talk about kids and babies. And I said to myself, blew my mind when he say that. But the kids and babies, if you look at the father was a gangbanger. Sins of a father. It's in the Bible. So once you think about it, process of elimination, the only people Charleston White get into it is a bunch of chicken shit mother. I ain't gonna say that. Hey man, y'all didn't watch this video of Charleston White. Cause when he went down to Houston, yeah, shout out to Hellcat. Hellcat went up in there. She had on the metaverse glasses. She recorded the whole thing. And when he went down to Houston, when he walked up in there, and then next thing you know, everybody was showing love. It's amazing how everybody shows love to Charleston White. And then once he get in there, everybody want to shake hands with him. They want to hug him and they want to kiss him. Hercules, they go Charleston White. They get excited. You got grown men walking up to him. They get ooh, pre-cum coming out the end. Oh, they go Charleston White. That's how they act. And then all of a sudden, here come a bunch of street niggas trying to put the light out. I hate to tell y'all, you can't put the light out. And then I seen where they was shooting at him. What that mean? We gonna just say, in hindsight, 50-50. What if y'all do one day, and we pray to God don't happen, what if y'all shoot Charleston White and y'all miss and hit him in the leg? It don't matter if you hit him in the leg. That ain't stop Gregory Abbott. Yeah, like my boy G. Harris say, if you hit him in the leg and he in the wheelchair, you still didn't get the job done. Let me tell you why. That ain't stop Gregory Abbott from sitting in that wheelchair getting a job done. Now, y'all
listen, come on now. You know, you the truth. Hey, look. Let me tell you, sis. That nigga now, that's my motherfucking nigga. I was going that nigga before he grew up. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of people don't understand that he was an activist first. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of him. Sometimes I know he do the sharp day shit because I do it too. So I be like, whatever, boy. Get on they motherfucking ass. Right. Now, y'all tough. Together, too? Come on now. Come on now. I can imagine what's, this in itself is dope, you know? Yeah, So when he called me this morning, he say, sis, I'm in your city. You got your head in your car, motherfucker, what? You got to turn your motherfucker ass up, put my arm around your neck. Right.
I'm the product of slavery. Look how beautiful I look. Look how powerful I sound. I know y'all didn't think slavery went away. The spirits of the slaves and the spirit of the slave master, it's all in me. Chicken shit Charlie. Don't give a damn.
Hey man, I told y'all I was gonna do it. The mouth of the South is here, Jonathan Stewart. Hey man, I've been telling y'all I was gonna do it. I've been waiting. I done helped so many people. So many people turned their back on me. This time it's all me. It's all my show. It's all about me. Yeah, don't worry about it. I got it. The only thing I want y'all to do, subscribe, like, share, and comment. Help me get my message out. Yeah, if you're on Instagram right now, if you're on Facebook right now, if you're on TikTok right now, if you're on Twitter right now, if you're standing up on Mill and Berry, if you're over there in Hollywood, if you're in Stop 6, wherever you at, I want you to tell one person, have you seen Jonathan Stewart, a.k.a. Boy, Mr. Showtime?
A new podcast coming out called We Are Fucked Up as a Race of People, where I'm playing the real life Uncle Ruckus with a guy by the name of Jonathan Stewart. He's gonna have a black face and his name is Nigga Boy. So this is gonna be a phenomenon. So man, y'all just stay tuned, man. Y'all just stay tuned. And then
hold on. He didn't text back.
Jonathan Stewart told me who you was. I ain't know nothing about no fucking say. I was ignoring you, homie. Motherfucking smiling teeth in that motherfucker. Man, fuck this nigga. Man, that's some bullshit to me. Nigga, I ignored you. Nigga with them teeth smiling in the picture. Jonathan Stewart told me who you was. Nigga, so that was my